My name is Huang. I'm 45 years old. I live alone in Hanoi. This apartment is old, it's small, and sometimes life feels a little heavy. But every morning I wake up and start again. This is my life. I have lived alone for several years now. At first it felt strange. The silence was difficult. Some mornings the apartment felt too quiet, but over time I learned to enjoy these peaceful moments. I don't have much, but I have enough for today. And that's something I'm grateful for. I don't need a fancy breakfast. A simple meal like this keeps me full and is good for my digestive system. This apartment isn't beautiful. The walls are old. The furniture is simple. Sometimes things break dot. Sometimes I have to repair them myself. But this place protects me from the rain. It gives me a place to rest. And after a long day, that's enough. Like many other people, I go to work every day. My income is not high, so I have to be very careful with money. Every month I think about rent, electricity, food, and unexpected expenses. But as a Vietnamese woman, I still want to look presentable in front of my coworkers. Before going to work, I put on a little light makeup and choose my clothes carefully. Not to stand out, but to feel a little more confident when I step out of my small room. Life is not always easy. But I know there are many people out there facing the same things I am. So I keep going. Every morning, I ride my motorbike through Cao Dien, a busy neighborhood in Hanoi. At this hour, the city is already moving. Breakfast shops are open on both sides of the road. Bowls of pho, bun, and sticky rice are being prepared quickly for people who are starting their day. Steam rises from the hot broth, mixing with the heat from the street. Even early in the morning, Hanoi can already feel heavy and hot. Some days, the temperature reaches almost 40 degrees Celsius, and the sunlight feels like it is pressing down on everything. Students walk to school. Some wait for the bus with tired faces. The buses arrive full of people, and everyone seems to be rushing somewhere. Above the road, the elevated train passes by slowly. For a moment, it feels modern and quiet. But below, the traffic keeps moving. Hundreds of motorbikes, buses, cars, and people all sharing the same road. When I stop at a red light, I often look around. Everyone is waiting under the same heat. Some people are going to work. Some are going to school. Some are carrying food, tools, or small dreams for the day ahead. This is my road to work. It is not beautiful in a tourist way. It is noisy, hot, crowded, and sometimes tiring. But this is the real Hanoi, I know. A city where ordinary people begin their day early, keep moving, and try their best under the burning morning sun. On my way to work, I pass through Nha Trang Market, a place that almost every Vietnamese student seems to know. At first glance, it doesn't look like anything special. Just rows of small shops selling clothes, shoes, backpacks, and everyday essentials. Most of the items here are affordable, which makes this market especially popular with students and people on a tight budget. For many Vietnamese, this isn't just a place to shop, it's part of their youth. People come here looking for a cheap jacket before winter, a backpack for a new semester, or a pair of shoes that fits within a student's budget. Even after graduation, many still remember this market with a smile. Whenever I ride past it, I can't help thinking about how many dreams, memories, and first steps into adulthood have quietly passed through these narrow streets. Sometimes, a place doesn't become special because it's famous. It becomes special because it holds a small piece of so many people's lives. After about 30 minutes on the road, I finally arrive at my workplace. I work at the Faculty of Vietnamese Ethnic Cultures. By this time of year, the school feels very different from its usual busy atmosphere. The academic year has come to an end, and most students have already gone home for the summer. The hallways are quieter, the classrooms are closed. Even the campus seems to slow down for a while. The only groups that bring the campus back to life are the graduating students. You'll often see them walking around in their graduation gowns, laughing with friends, taking photos under the trees, or standing in front of the buildings where they spent the last few years of their lives. For them, these aren't just graduation photos. They're a way of holding on to memories before everyone begins a new chapter. Whenever I see them, I can't help smiling. There's something beautiful about this moment. A place that was once filled with lectures, assignments, deadlines, and exams suddenly becomes a place of celebration, gratitude, and goodbye. Every summer, this campus becomes quieter, but it also becomes a place where thousands of memories are carefully captured in photographs before they fade into the next stage of life.
Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Live it life, every day.
Before I know it, the workday is over. As the campus becomes quiet again, I put on my helmet, start my motorbike, and head back into the city. The streets look completely different now. The sun is beginning to set and the lights slowly come on one by one. The roads are much busier than they were this morning. Thousands of people are making their way home after a long day. Some are meeting with families for dinner, some are stopping by the market. Some are simply looking forward to getting home and resting. As for me, my day isn't over yet. Like many people living in Hanoi, I have a second job after work. It's not something unusual here. For many of us, having an extra job is simply one way to make life a little easier. It helps me pay the rent, cover my daily expenses, and save a little for unexpected things that life always seems to bring. Of course, there are days when I feel tired. After working all day, all I really want is to go home, take off my shoes, and rest. But whenever I think about the life I'm building for myself, I remind myself to keep going. As I ride through the evening traffic, surrounded by thousands of strangers, I realize something. Everyone on these streets is carrying something you can't see. A responsibility, a dream, a family waiting at home, or simply the hope that tomorrow will be a little better than today. And in that way, maybe none of us are really so different. After work, I don't always go home right away. Most evenings, I still have another job waiting for me. So I usually stop by a small street food stall and eat something quick. Nothing fancy, just a simple bowl of noodles or a small meal by the sidewalk. I don't have much time, but even a short break like this helps me feel ready for the rest of the evening. In Hanoi, life often happens on the sidewalk. People eat quickly, talk briefly, then continue their day. And somehow, these simple moments make the city feel warm.
Walmart, thanh toán thành công 40.000 từ.
When I come home, the apartment is quiet again. Sometimes I feel lonely. Yes, I do. But loneliness is part of life. It doesn't mean life is bad. It just means we're human. I have learned to sit with the silence, to eat alone, to rest alone, and to be kind to myself. It's not always easy, but I'm still learning. But after my main job, my day is not really over. Most evenings, I still have extra work to do. Some days, I'm tired. Some days, I just want to go home, cook dinner, and rest. But bills don't wait. Rent doesn't wait, so I keep working. Not because I love being busy, but because I want to stay independent. At 45, I know life may not be easy, but I still want to stand on my own feet. That matters to me.
Quốc học Huế. On the bank of the
My life isn't perfect. I'm not rich. I don't own a home. And I still have many worries, but every day I try my best. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's what a good life really is. Thank you for spending this day with me. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you find something that makes you smile today. If you enjoy simple stories and real life in Hanoi, please subscribe. I'd love to share more of my journey with you.